From daily operations to confident retirement listing, number 23882, Orlando Chinese restaurant, successfully transitioned. The challenge, after more than a decade of daily, hands-on ownership, the operator of Asian Star in Orlando was ready to retire. This was not a rushed exit or a distressed sale. It was a thoughtfully built business with deep community roots that deserved the right successor. For over 10 years, the owner was central to every part of the operation. They greeted regulars by name, worked the line during rushes, and handled the countless decisions required to keep an independent restaurant running smoothly. Asian Star became a neighborhood staple where families celebrated milestones and loyal guests returned several times each week. The menu reflected years of refinement based on direct customer feedback. The owner reached a natural point of transition. Long hours, physical demands, and the intensity of restaurant ownership had taken their toll. Retirement was the goal, but walking away without confidence in the next chapter was not an option. This was not just a business to sell, it was a legacy to protect. Owner-operator restaurants present a unique challenge in the sales process. Much of the value lives in the owner's knowledge, routines, and relationships. The seller needed assurance that the next owner could both operate the business successfully and respect what had been built. The property Asian Star occupied 1,260 square feet in a high-visibility Orlando location, with traffic counts exceeding 15,000 cars per day. The restaurant featured a 24-foot hood system, grease trap, walk-in cooler, walk-in freezer, and a well-designed kitchen that supported efficient service during both lunch and dinner rushes. Every inch of space was maximized for both guest experience and operational flow. Equipment was well-maintained and fully turnkey. Vendor relationships were established, and the customer base was consistent and loyal. Monthly rent was just $3,301, creating strong unit economics. As an independent restaurant, the business offered full flexibility. The buyer could continue the existing menu or bring a new vision without franchise restrictions or royalty obligations. Operationally, this was a solid, profitable restaurant positioned for the right buyer to step in and continue its success. The solution. The buyer was an experienced restaurant owner relocating from Philadelphia to Orlando with a clear strategy. Rather than opening a large concept immediately in a new market, she wanted a manageable operation that would allow her to learn the local customer base, competitive landscape, and operating environment before expanding. Asian Star was the ideal entry point. It offered immediate cash flow, reasonable rent, and a proven customer base. It also allowed her to test the market while laying the groundwork for future growth. What made this transaction successful was alignment. The seller was not under pressure, which allowed them to wait for the right buyer. The buyer was realistic about the demands of restaurant ownership and asked thoughtful, operationally focused questions during due diligence. Through conversations facilitated by We Sell Restaurants, the seller shared practical insights about the business. This included which menu items drove volume, which vendors were most reliable, how lunch service differed from dinner, and what regular customers valued most. The buyer listened carefully while also being transparent about where she planned to make improvements. The process was marked by mutual respect. Both parties shared the same goal: a smooth transition that preserved the restaurant's foundation while allowing room for future growth. The outcome. At closing, the seller stepped away with confidence. They were not just selling a business. They were passing responsibility to someone capable and committed. The buyer entered a turnkey operation with a clear understanding of what she was inheriting. She maintained the core elements that made Asian Star successful while beginning to implement her own operational enhancements. 6 months after closing, the restaurant continued to perform well. The customer base remained loyal, and the new owner was already evaluating locations for a second concept. The seller enjoyed retirement knowing the restaurant they built was in capable hands. Key insight. Owner-operator restaurants require more than financial due diligence. They require human due diligence. Successful transitions happen when sellers can let go with confidence, and buyers are prepared to absorb both systems and institutional knowledge. Retirement does not have to mean abandonment. With the right successor, it can mean continuity and growth for everyone involved. Selling an owner-operator restaurant for retirement. Selling for retirement requires finding a buyer who can operate without your daily presence. This differs significantly from selling a manager-run business. Document all procedures, including opening, closing, prep, ordering, vendor management, and service standards. What you do instinctively needs to be written down. Record recipes with precision. Exact measurements, cook times, and presentation details matter. Organize vendor information, including contacts, delivery schedules, account details, and notes about reliability or special pricing. Clean up financials so profit and loss statements clearly reflect owner compensation versus true operating costs. Timing matters. Selling while the business is still performing well attracts stronger buyers and better outcomes. Work with experienced restaurant brokers who understand how to position owner-operator businesses and qualify buyers appropriately. What makes a strong buyer? The best buyers have prior restaurant experience, realistic expectations about time commitment, sufficient working capital beyond the purchase price, and a willingness to learn before making changes. Cultural fit matters. Buyers who respect staff and customers transition more smoothly and preserve goodwill. The Asian star buyer demonstrated experience, patience, strategic thinking, and a long-term vision, all qualities that owner-operators value. Valuation considerations. Independent restaurants typically sell for 2 to 3 times adjusted EBITDA, depending on several factors. Owner salary normalization is critical. Buyers must understand the true cost of replacing the owner's labor. Lease terms significantly affect value. Reasonable rent and longer lease terms increase buyer confidence. Equipment condition influences pricing. Deferred maintenance or near-term replacements reduce offers. Location visibility, traffic, and demographics drive demand. Growth potential adds value. Buyers pay more when they see clear opportunities to improve performance. Owner dependence reduces value unless systems and documentation are in place. Independent restaurants versus franchises. Independent restaurants avoid franchise transfer fees, approval delays, and ongoing royalties. Buyers gain operational flexibility and creative control. Many buyers prefer independent concepts for their authenticity and community connection. The Asian Star sale benefited from this flexibility, allowing the buyer to operate without franchise constraints while leveraging existing infrastructure. Transition best practices. Successful transitions include written documentation, introductions to staff and vendors, structured training periods, post-closing availability, and positive communication about the ownership change. Asian Star succeeded because knowledge was shared openly and the transition was handled with care and respect. Final thought: finding the right buyer often matters more than finding the fastest one. Strategic patience and proper guidance lead to confident retirements and successful next chapters. Ready to transition your restaurant with confidence? We Sell Restaurants helps owners find buyers who honor what they have built while positioning the business for future success.